Hey, Scruffy, knew you were around. How you doing? So yeah, we're a little early again. So I think I want to try to go for a run after I feed you. So I'd like to get dinner going because we're losing the sunlight so soon now. So I saw Scruffy hanging out in the deck a few minutes ago. I thought he was going to come over to the door because he has been marching over here because I've been feeding him early so often. But he wasn't here, so I thought I'd come out because I knew he'd probably be around. So let's see. Yeah, I'm really stressed for some reason. I think I'm actually having a good day, but for some reason I feel really stressed and bad. So yeah, the first big thing was I had the refrigerator repair guy. He fixed my freezer. At least I think he did. So he came mid-afternoon. I actually saw last night he had called but didn't leave a message. He called actually when I was out here feeding Scruffy, and so I was waiting around all day. I actually got up early, expecting his call because he was supposed to come today, and finally called mid-afternoon. I was kind of expecting him to be a little earlier than that, but he didn't really specify, so that's fine. But yeah, I'm glad he finally called and he asked, "Do I still want to repair the freezer?" And I said, "Yeah." So, as I mentioned yesterday, I got a bunch of bleach and I cleaned it out because there was mold growing inside. So it's all ready to go if you can fix it. So he came over and yeah, he had the replacement part that he thought he needed, and then he cut out the old part, showed it to me, and said, showed me basically it was melted in a couple places. So I said, yeah, it burned. So I forgot what the part does, but he says that yeah, it basically is responsible for allowing the compressor to turn on and work. so so he said yeah, because the freezer's so old he can't get an exact original part anymore, so he got something else. But yeah, I figured as much. So I'm just surprised that the compressor was not the thing that broke. so um, so anyway, yeah, he replaced the part, plugged it in, and yeah, I heard the hum, and so he says, yeah, it should be working. So he said, so it should basically, yeah, work overnight or cool down overnight. So before I go to bed, I should put a bottle of water in there. So if it's frozen by tomorrow morning, it should be good. And he says, yeah, he'll give me a 30-day warranty. So I'm hoping everything works. But yeah, so far it looks good. So I actually just checked it before I came out here, and yeah, it's down to I think about 20 degrees. So yeah, it's getting there. So of course the last 20 degrees are the hardest. So we'll see. But yeah, already it's looking good. So yeah, so that's one thing off my guess, list. So another big thing. So I checked my bank statements today, and I finally got my tax refund from my federal taxes. So it's been, I don't know, I lost count. I think it's been over 7 months. So I was, yeah, kind of getting stressed out and worried that, yeah, the government was going to either lose my tax return or going to challenge my tax return, audit me or something. So I am relieved that it's been processed, and it actually was processed, I think, a few weeks ago. So I haven't received a letter from the IRS yet, so I'm hoping that means I'm in the clear for this year. I don't know, probably give it another week or two. But the fact that they gave me, so they actually gave me more money than what I think I had on my tax return, but I think the extra money is interest because they took so long. But I actually don't know for sure. But I think they're supposed to pay interest if they take too long. And with inflation where it is, of course, obviously they don't pay enough to make up for real inflation. But yeah, with the inflation as high as it is, I'm sure the interest rate is a little higher than normal. So that's why the number was, or is why it is more than a few cents. So it was something I was able to easily notice. But yeah, I think it's just in time because yeah, I'm planning to buy some I bonds. So I'm waiting for the next rate change. So I didn't do it earlier in the year, partly because I was waiting for the refund. So I found out after I filed my tax return, I could have actually, because they took so much money, much more money than I owed, I could have actually. There's a law that says if you overpay your taxes, you can put that money towards extra I bonds. I didn't know about that, and by the time I found out about it, I already filed and said, "Screw it! This is too hard. I don't want to amend my tax return. Not for that. Then maybe it would have been a good idea, but so I basically just been government's getting my money for free. But yeah, that's the least of my problems right now, since yeah, the whole stock market's been getting pummeled. And, losing a lot more money there. And then there was all my financial thing and the lawyer thing, which still is not resolved. So yeah, I haven't followed up on contacting more lawyers. I need to still do that. And oh yeah, so I've been talking about the cousin's wedding and wedding gift, and so I've been waiting for my credit card rewards thing to flip over so I could try to take advantage of a slight discount, because the thing I wanted to get, the Dutch oven, is really expensive and there's no discount. So I signed up for the free newsletter, and so I'm supposed to get a 10% discount, but apparently it doesn't apply to that brand of products. And since it's so expensive, I was kind of looking for ways I could dampen the cost a little bit. So even a credit card reward thing would have been nice. So I was kind of waiting for that, since it was my last chance, since the 10% newsletter discount wasn't going to work. So unfortunately, I just checked the website, and somebody else decided to buy it for my cousin. So I knew that was a risk, but I figured since it was the most expensive item on the thing and we'd gone this far, chances are it wasn't going to get filled. But yeah, just my luck, it got filled. So up a creek. And of course, the other item I was looking at that was heavily discounted, that clearance discount ended, so can't get that one anymore. So I found some other random item. And so I think maybe a little miffed on that, a little depressed on that. So I think I need to get Scruffy's food. Ready for food? Yeah, you're ready. How come you're over there? The mat's over here. Yeah, so yeah, noticing the mats on his butt are kind of bad. Actually, a little worried about him. So I'm thinking, yeah, the mats might be because Scruffy's getting old and having trouble reaching back there. I'm not sure. Or just because fur is just completely unmanageable. Yeah, he has a lot of fur problems, it seems. Particularly when he sheds. He sheds in those clumps. But I didn't think he'd be shedding this time of year. I thought he'd be starting to grow out his hair since we're starting to theoretically come to the change of seasons. So as I said, yeah, we don't really get fall here. We get kind of an extended summer. But eventually it'll turn to winter. So anyway, let's see. Did I see Scruffy this morning? Oh yeah, I think he was on the table sleeping next to the son of him. Very early this morning, I didn't see him. I was looking out on the rocks. It was actually kind of overcast this morning, so kind of gloomy today until the sun came out. And then let's see. When I came out with water, he was back behind the railing, or near the railing, behind the table, and I put down his water, and then I think I took a step back. I didn't actually think he was going to come. I was about to go inside, and then he got up and he came over. So we'll drink the water today. Yeah, the weather is actually, it's not bad today. It's overall pretty nice. Right now I can actually feel the sun intensity. So I'm getting a direct beam of sun right now on my legs, and I can feel the heat. But the ambient temperature itself is actually not bad. So that's why I was thinking I might go for a run, or I probably will go for a run. Just meeting between that and going for a bike ride. So according to the weather report, so it looks like we're going to get another heat wave, sort of like the last one we got, except so it's going to be basically kind of nice, and then it's going to warm up, and then kind of peak out at a kind of a hot, uncomfortable day, and we're supposed to get a couple days of that, and then I think it will cool down again. But it looks like yeah, that peak of heat is near the end of the forecast, so I don't actually know how long it's going to go. But yeah, so we're not quite done with summer yet. And I was thinking, yeah, today, maybe, yeah, I was thinking, kicking around the idea of using the sun oven today, but because I was busy or I was needed to wait for the refrigerator repair, I didn't want to deal with that. So, and let's see what else. Oh yeah, so I started putting. Oh yeah, so I got some gas this morning since I woke up so early. Decided I'm just gonna hit the gas station really early to avoid really long lines at the gas station. So yeah, the lines have been ridiculous. But I learned if you go really early, the lines are shorter or there are no lines. I mean, if you go really early or not. So I got some gas for my trip, and let's see. Oh yeah, I started downloading some lectures and other various videos on YouTube that I've been wanting to listen to. They're really long, so I figured they'll be suitable for a long, very long car drive. At least I hope they are. So hopefully I don't need to actually, yeah, so the types of things I was looking for was things I don't actually need to watch the screen. I can just listen to it. And not so technical that I won't be able to follow along if I'm not fully paying attention. So I need something that's not. Let me move the balls for Scruffy. So there's a piece of kibble in the bowl under the balls. So yeah, I need something that's doesn't require too much focus, but at the same time interesting enough to listen to and long enough that'll last my drive. It's gonna be a really long drive. So I think I have enough material now, so I just gotta work out make sure I get it on my device and bring everything so I can use it in the car. And then I dusted off the box to Scruffy's automatic food dispenser, so I'm probably going to have to use it when the day I'm gone. So I need to look at the instructions and get it working. But I still have about a week. Okay, folks. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.